Hello and welcome. Come meet me on your mat for Yoga Abs 2.0. If you are interested in the first Yoga Abs video, just check out my channel and scroll through the videos and you'll find it there. So when you're ready, we're gonna start lying down on our backs. When you land on your mat, your knees are gonna be bent and your feet are gonna be planted down onto the floor as you do come to your back. Arms can be long down by your sides. And you're just gonna close down the eyes for a moment and take a big belly breath in through your nose. And then you're gonna let a sigh out the mouth. And then as you take another inhale here, find a gentle imprint of your lower back to the mat. So it'll feel like a slight tuck of your tailbone underneath you. And then the navel slightly pulls in towards the spine. And then find a reverse of that. So plug your tailbone down to the mat and feel a little lift of your lower spine. You might even slide forward. And then just two more like that, feeling your tailbone tuck underneath you, low back flattened, core engaged. And then just release that engagement, plug your tailbone down, lift your low back from the mat. And then just one more, just feeling into the roll of the pelvis, tucking tailbone under. And then the release is you almost like flare the front ribs open. And then come back to that tucked tailbone, low back flat. Feel the engagement in the front line of the core, the hugging of the navel in. And then really slow motion, both of your heels will lift away from the floor. Then your toes will lift from the mat. And you bring your knees to stack above your hips with legs and knees in 90-degree angle. It's really precise. You exhale, slowly lower the same way you came down, toes first, and then heels. Now, trying to keep your low back flat on the floor the whole time, repeat. Let the heels lift, toes, knees above hips. The knees are at 90 degrees. Exhale, lower, toes to mat. Heels to mat. So it's segmented. Front line stays engaged, heels lift, toes lift, knees stack. Draw the core in, keep the low back flat, toes to floor, heels to floor. The front line stays engaged. Take 3 more on your own timing. Really trying to slow the movement down more than the mind wants you to. Continuing to breathe through it and trying to keep that really precise 90-degree angle in your knees so you're not dropping your heels in towards the legs, they're lifted away. Good, keeping belly strong. You might start to feel a little bit of heat build. That's what we're looking for. You breathe in to lift and you breathe out to lower. Really nice. So the last one here, notice if you're clenching jaw and shoulders and see if you can relax that part of you. Keeping the effort, the focus in the core, in the trunk. So last time to lower here, we're gonna do one more to lift, heels, toes, knees stack. You pause now. Knees are above your hips, one leg at a time. You're just gonna tap right toes to the floor on your exhale, and then the inhale lifts them back up. And then your left toes tap down. Inhale, lift. Continue to switch sides just like this. Toes to floor, your knees are at 90 degrees. Every time you inhale, the knees stack above your hips. And every time you exhale, the toes tap down. Trying to keep your low back flat the entire time. It feels like you're drawing the navel in and you're containing the front ribs. So you don't want the front ribs to flare open. And if you feel like you can't hug the core or keep the low back flat, then reduce the range of motion. Don't bring the toes all the way down to the mat. Just let them go maybe a quarter of the way down. Continuing to breathe through it. Again, you might start to notice that heat building in the trunk. That's exactly what we're looking for. Keep it slow and controlled. Very nice. Let's do 3 more on each side. Keep your breath through it. Keep that precise angle in your knees. Awareness around the core itself. This is 2 more on each side. Keep it slow. Keep your breath. And then just 1 more on each side. Good. So last time on the left, your knees are going to stack above your hips as you take that last one, and then toes are going to send up towards the sky, legs are straight, flex your feet so your toes draw down towards you and heels press away. Now you're going to bring your big toes to touch, you're going to squeeze the inner line of your legs together. And then again, the action is trying to keep your low back flat to the floor. So only go to the degree that you can no longer keep the low back flat. When it lifts, that's your cue. Take a breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower the heels towards the mat for 5, 4, legs are strong, 3, low back is flat, 2, push the heels away from you, 1, and then bend your knees to your chest, send your heels to the sky, legs straight. We repeat. Exhale for 5, you lower. For 4, draw the navel in. 3, tailbone plugs down. 2, slow it down. For 1, knees to chest, bend your knees, heels to sky, legs straighten. 3 more, exhale for 5. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend and straighten and lift, lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Bend your knees. Send your heels up. Exhale. Lower your legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms in front of your shins. Just give yourself a little rock from side to side as we flush that out. Keep your breath here. Awareness here. And then you're going to place both feet flat onto the ground this time. And then you're going to take your right leg. You're going to wrap your right leg over top of your left. So it's like you're crisscross sitting in a chair. These are your eagle legs. You can wrap the legs once or twice. We're going to be floating left foot from the mat. Again, knees are going to stack above your hips. So if you can wrap the legs twice, but you don't need to. Your arms, your right arm is going to wrap underneath your left arm, and it's like you're giving yourself a big bear hug. Elbows point up to the sky. Your inhale is here. Your exhale crunches and lifts head and shoulders from the mat. You bring elbows to thighs. And then as you exhale, lower head and shoulders and lower your left toe to the floor. Just like that, crunch and lift. Inhale. And exhale, lower head and toes. Good. Let's go for 8. Lift and lower. Your low back stays flat when you lower. For 7, crunch and lower. For 6 to lift. Bring it down. Good. Front line stays strong for 5. Take your breath with you for 4. Good. 3 more. Again, it's slower than you want it to be. Notice the pause, the slow and controlled lower down. You have 2 more. Good. And then on this last one, lift, crunch, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. Unravel yourself. Feet to floor, arms out wide to the side. Take a big belly breath in. A sigh breath out. And we switch sides. So same thing. Left leg wraps up, over, and around your right. Thighs are touching. You can float your right foot from the floor. You can wrap the legs once or twice. This time your left arm wraps underneath your right. You give yourself a bear hug. Elbows point up to the sky. And then you take a breath in to prepare. Your exhale, lifts head and chest. Holy moly. Your exhale lifts head and shoulders from the mat, elbows to thighs. And then you lower head and shoulders, your right toes tap down. That's the movement. For 9, crunch up, control the lower down. For 8, lift and lower. Good. For 7, keep the low back grounded as much as you can. For 6, keep your breath flowing through the movement. For 5, good, feeling the fire build. You've got this. For 4, 3, good, keep your front line strong. Only 2 more. And then on this last one, you crunch and lift, you pause for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unravel yourself, feet to floor, arms wide to the side. Big breath in, sigh, breath out. Maybe you give the legs a good windshield wipe from side to side just to flush that out. And then just feeling that residue from all of that strength that you just built in the front line. Yeah. And then the next time you rock your legs over to one side, you can just find a fetal position and press your way up. But I hope this short little yoga abs sequence helped integrate your front line, draw more awareness to the core, and overall this will just help your yoga practice so much in balance, stability, and reducing your chance of injury. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. More videos to come. I hope to see you very soon. Thank you so much.